Good day everyone, I am Edrama, a BS Ed student of Negros Oriental State University, Shaton Campus. Today, we will learn new topic under Unit 2, which is letter B and C. For B, key elements of school as a social system, which is the outcomes and the feedback loops. And for letter C, the school as a community. Our objectives at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to first, identify the key elements of the school as a social system. Next, explain the significance of key elements of school as a social system and a school as a community. And last, relate the role of each element in the school. Let's define social system. Social system is a model of organization that possesses a distinctive total unity beyond its component parts. It is distinguished from its environment by clearly defined boundary. It is composed of subunits, elements, and subsystems that are interrelated within relatively stable patterns of social order. As a social system, the school aims to prepare the students to occupy social roles according to their capacities after leaving the school. Therefore, the functions of the middle schools and the high schools in the transmitting knowledge, skills, and socialization are very important. As a social system, the first function of the school is to transmit knowledge and skills to the younger generation. The technical schools transmit knowledge concerning so many threats. The agricultural institution tell the sons of cultivators about better means of cultivation. All the schools impart knowledge of 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. This is necessary in order to help every male and female to skillfully manage the household affairs and also matters concerning everyday life. Transmitting knowledge, the school as a social system transmits culture to the younger generation. An important function of education is the development of the individuality of the student. This individuality is developed by the development of individual skill and the allotment of rules and statuses according to it. It is the best preparation around for the practice of democratic traits in the wider social situation. The key element of school as social system is outcomes. Outcomes, the products of the organization that is educated students. Performance outcomes are indicators of goal accomplishment. Are a primary indication of quality in the social domain. The underlying philosophy is that in the end, education is not about how nice it is, but whether teaching and learning led to the results pursued. Students achieving the intended learning objectives in the form of acquired knowledge, attitudes, and skills. From this perspective, the quality of education is in essence made visible by the educational outcomes. Depending on one's vision of the contribution that is expected of education, condition may be exposed or imposed, for example, the possibility of distinguishing the contribution of the school from the influence of other factors. As mentioned before, students also learn outside the school and grow up in environments in which learning is stimulated to varying degrees. Neither is it realistic to expect education to solve social problems. Although schools are undoubtedly confronted with such problems and strive to promote students' development, also perhaps especially in the face of disadvantages and rest. Their capability to do so is not unlimited because of the significance of the successful acquisition of knowledge, attitudes, and skills. Outcomes are nevertheless a primary indication of quality. Feedback loops. In a social system, the triggering mechanism is the feedback loop. This ensures that a portion of the school's behavior and the internal and external environment's reaction to that behavior are filtered back into the system as input. Feedback loops, internal and external, informs individuals how bureaucratic structure and the informal organization view their behavior. A feedback loop is essentially a process designed to push students' learning forward through feedback and getting it to them quickly. Implementing a feedback loop in all subjects can improve students' comprehension of study material. It can also improve their hands-on application of a concept and help them articulate their goals as they make their way through their online courses. Defining schools as a community. If schools are to be inclusive, every school should be central to its local community. Managers and practitioners have a responsibility to understand that their school has to become a community within a community. Members of the school will be members of their local community, reflecting its beliefs and values, conveyed through the action, behavior, and attitudes of the pupils, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, and governors. Community can be defined as multidimensional within location, where it is the influence of environment and systems of control, the structure, the administrative elements and guidance that determine equality of provisions, and last, which is the process, the management of people and development of a shared understanding of beliefs and values. Schools are essential for community involvement. They are the main point where families and children interact and learn how to be the needed successful members of society. Teachers must be able to understand school as a learning community and a community where learning is practiced. A learning community is aware that collaboration not only improves academic performance but also helps the members of the community to develop self-knowledge and self-esteem. If schools are to be inclusive, every school should be central to its local community. Managers and practitioners have a responsibility to understand that their school has to become a community within a community. Members of the school will be members of their local community, reflecting its beliefs and values conveyed through the action, behavior, and attitudes of the pupils, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, and governors. Community can be defined as multidimensional within location, where it is the influence of the environment and systems of control. And next, the structure, the administrative elements and guidance that determine equality of provisions, and also the process, the management of people and development of a shared understanding of beliefs and values.